Traders, this is Ace Boogie coming to you live and direct. Want to go over a pattern setup with the stock today, SSI. Today is having its first green day, and here is the daily chart pulled up. So you can see it's actually been, uptrending the last few weeks, and it's, near its highs. It's 52-week highs, and it's it made a run all the way up to the 760s and unwound from there. So here we are 4 days later, and now it's putting in its first green day. So I was buying it earlier today, and I still have a position right now. But as you can see, nice run up, came down, and now good support area right here is where the first green day began. So pulling up the intraday chart. All right. So we're gonna do it like this. So in the morning when the stock opened, it panicked right off the gate. I tried to, buy it around VWAP area into this dip, thinking that, the 480s will hold with the 475 risk. Needless to say, I got washed out, and I cut my losses right above 475. Lost about $88 on this play. Um, But as you can see, it came down, hit a bottom around 468, and then bottomed out a couple more times right at 468. It was a triple bottom. So that basically confirmed that, hey, this is the bottom. And I just, didn't have the best entry, and my risk reward wasn't good enough for me to hold to find the bottom. So I cut it off. But as the day progressed, after that triple bottom, it basically exploded right back through VWAP and went on to make a new high today. Actually did a red green move. So that was around the 10:30 hour. And from there, it started having some decent consolidation between the high a day and the $5 area. So it spiked from under four, from 460s, 470s to over five, and it was holding this channel between $5 and the high a day, which was around 535. So, of course, as it broke over the high a day towards the afternoon, after 1 o'clock, I was really interested in this. It was still real early, so I kind of waited for the $0.50 to get broken before I decided to relong this position. So it broke out over, 335 right here, and I relonged it once it convincingly broke over 550. And I kind of added some as it came back down from the high day. I thought we can get, another dip to support area and then another rip and a continuation, but that didn't happen. However, it's still, holding the morning breakout area, 535. Held that all the way into the close and bounced off that level. So that's good price action. You can see that, this former resistance became support right here. So that's what you want to look for. And this is a nice clean chart. That's what I like about this. Needless to say, it kind of respiked into the 1600 hour, um, tested, tested or got back above 550, which got me more comfortable. And after hours is, trading in the 560s, the high 560s. So this can continue after hours if we get a couple more decent bids. But definitely wanting a gap up and a morning spike to sell into. Um, if not, we'll play it by ear. But this is a decent first green day move. Back out a little bit. So the key to this is buying it on the dip or buying it at the key breakout area. Either buying it right here or somewhere in this area right here. I kind of chased at 550, but you know, I was playing, whole dollar, half dollar, and I think that is a decent strategy to play, being that a lot of penny stocks move from half dollar to whole dollar. Once it broke over $5, it went to 550, and once it broke over 550, where it's going to go next? It's going to go six. It's going to have some moves in between, but eventually it's going to get there. So that's what I'm looking for tomorrow, and this is what I traded today, and I'm still long in. Next thing, I was looking at this earlier this morning. NK, I was looking at really an overextended gap down. I was looking to short it, but it proved me wrong. Um, First off, the stock was on SSR, which means it's on short sale restriction, so you can't short it at the bid. Here's the SSR logo right here on the uptick rule. So you only can short it at the ask, and someone has to buy up to your short. But yeah, it was this morning. It was looked like it was gapping down. It was in the 290s, 280s. It actually dropped down, sub 250. But it recovered and held its gains from the previous day. But what I like about it most, besides this beautiful multi-day breakout, which is starting to become even more overextended, I also like the intraday breakout. So looking at it intraday on the 5-minute chart, after it went red green, so basically there it is. So it did all this craziness, and then in the morning it kind of went red and also held a decent bottom, 230. 230 was like the triple bottom right here. So once you see these triple bottoms get put in on decent volume relative to the volume on the day, you know that's got to be your key dip buy entry. If you're trying to focus on keying in on ideal entries, sniper trades, then you got to look for key price action like this. Um, so you could have got in right there and played the red green move, where it went from red all the way to green, which was a 25% move. It was freaking huge. And then from there, it held green and continued and broke out even further. Once it broke out over $3, it was well on its way towards 350. But you can see the whole dollar, half dollar, $3 level was broken right here. And you can see the red green area where it spiked from the triple bottom all the way to the previous close. So the two stocks I was watching today made two decent moves. Um, Still looking at this, 360 area. The closer it can get to here, the more I'm thinking about putting in a short, because it is overextended. Look at where it's come from. It's come from the mid ones, and it's ran all the way up to the threes, so it's up almost 150%. But decent volume the last couple of days. We'll see if this volume dies down even more, and that may be a telltale sign for a short entry. So we're going to keep this on watch for tomorrow, or either an overextended gap down that has better timing. Um, because the one that happened this morning was real early in the pre-market, and those are kind of tricky to play whenever it's on pre-market volume. So we'll look for that, or we'll look for a straight up first red day. It has a failed morning spike, loses its gain, and starts to go red on the day. So right now there are plenty of shares are short 146,000. So we'll see how that works out. Um, and that's pretty much it. SSI, take away all of these key lessons. Buying on the dip, looking for the triple bottom, having a good risk level to risk off of. You know, I could just held aimlessly for it to be a first green day because it was still green at this point. Um, what am I talking about? No, it wasn't. It wasn't green to it. It got back up here. But having a key area to risk off of is key. Playing whole and half dollar numbers, 5 to 550, and 550 to hopefully tomorrow sits. And buying the high day breakouts on in the afternoon. Just doing those things to keep you successful. Those are good areas and things to look for on this chart. But that's it for today's lesson. Hope you got something out of it. If you have any questions, leave a comment. Hit me up in chat room. Peace.